I pulled 7 of the highest performing static ads running across e-commerce brands, whether it's supplement, footwear, health and wellness, and I broke down exactly why each of these work. And the one thing that I found is that they're not all following the same pattern. Each one of them are using a completely different psychological trigger to stop the scroll and convert. And by the end of this, you're gonna have 7 completely different creative weapons that you can use specifically for your brand. So let's get into it. By the way, my name is Brianna Wiggins. I run Get Conversions, a meta ads agency where I help e-commerce brands scale with creative systems. So everything on this channel is coming from real brands that I've worked with and real results. Now, before I get into this breakdown, a quick context on why I'm just focusing on static ads for this video. Most brands are obsessing over video, UGC content, which is important, but don't underestimate the value of static ads, and they're a lot easier to create and a faster way to find winners. All of the brands that are scaling right now are running both video and images, and the ones that are nailing down static ads have a serious advantage. So these 7 ads prove that static images with the right hook and the right visual can still do good and convert a lot of sales for your business. All right, here's how they do it. These are some of the winning ads that I pulled from Trend Track. If you haven't heard of Trend Track, it's a pretty cool app right here. Allows you to spy on competitors, see the meta ads that they're running, see the top ads, the ones that's spending the most. If you want 20% off on that, my link will be in the description. But this first ad right here is Marsmen. But I really love this ad. It says 8 signs of high cortisol in men, and it has 8 different symptoms right here: puffy face, waking up at 2 to 3 a.m., tense neck, low energy, stubborn belly fat, sugar cravings, brain fog, low libido. So we're already giving information and value that men might not have known. Even if they have no idea what cortisol is, it would make them continue to just read and then self-diagnose themselves. So if they've already been feeling low energy, or they have, stubborn belly fat that they can't get rid of, brain fog, they're going through the list and they're like, oh, that's me. What's high cortisol? And then they're more interested to know a little bit more about the product and what it is and the effects that it has on your body, right? So the hook, 8 signs of high cortisol in men, body visual, 8 different signs, so they can self-identify and self-diagnose with common problems they may have. It makes them say, oh, that's me, right? And then the subheadline is reclaiming hormonal balance naturally, indicating that there's a way to actually rebalance without these other crazy ways, all right? Now this one right here, Space Goods and Rise. Now, I've been seeing a lot of brands running this type of ad. It's pretty cool. It kind of just shows a timeline of the product working over time. So this first one says, finally my cheekbones are visible again. And then the second one, puffy face, finally going away. So the second one, puffy face, finally going away, is identifying a problem that someone might be facing, which is having a puffy face from bloating or from high cortisol, whatever. And the other hook, finally my cheekbones are visible again, is positioned as the outcome, a success testimonial statement. So the actual visual of these ads shows the transformation that happens over time using the product, which handles the objection of how long does it take to see results, right? That's a lot of people's questions that they have. It's also a scientific illustration instead of just showing a person or a fake person or whatever. It gives it more authority and just a different way to see it. And even in both of these, it shows the fat is more like an anatomical view. It shows like the fat going away in the face. So it's just kind of a cool pattern interrupt because it's a different way to show the transformation over time. All right, the second one, hike footwear. Now this one, the hook says designed for plus size women 50 and up. Both of these say the same thing, and it's calling out a specific audience. All right, this is very niched, plus size women 50 and up. And it just has like the different benefits here. So fall prevention, pain relief, swelling relief, all day comfort. All right, so obviously they have done some research on this specific audience, and they know a lot of these pain points that they're having with maybe all the shoes that are out there for them specifically just causes a lot of pain on their feet. So this basically solves that problem, which is pretty unique. I have not seen someone specifically call out this audience, so this is just a good way of doing it. This third one here, Grooms. This is like a UGC Instagram story type of ad. So it's a ask me anything, any tips for a guy trying to have a kid. So that's pretty much the hook. This stands out because it's a known native format under the ask me anything, so people will want to read more what it says. It's calling out a specific problem for, guys trying to have a kid. And then the body visual is it just answering this specific question. So, they go through, my girlfriend kept telling me nutrition matters, pretty much everything that's important to have a kid and all the different vitamins that this specific product has. Basically just positioning this product as the solution to that problem. All right, we got rise number 4. So the hook is, no one told me high cortisol was forcing my body to store fat. All right. And then it shows the transformation, the guy before and then after. And then under it, luckily, I found out about this adaptogenic mushroom coffee that changed everything and some benefits here. All right. So pretty much this hook, it used a no one told me this. It's a really great hook because it creates curiosity. So people are going to want to read more and learn about it. And then the visual of the ad is just showing the guy's transformation when his body was actually storing fat versus now after taking the mushroom coffee. All right. But this is a simple ad, but obviously just showing the transformation just creates that trust, the before and after, just gets more people to convert. All right, now we have Marsman. This is a really good one. I love this ad. It's one of their top ads right now. Just shows a guy with a big belly. It says no beer, no problem. Cortisol's got your belly covered. All right, so this is for someone who may not drink beer but still struggle with belly fat. So it's basically taking the blame off them and placing it on cortisol. Now, the visual of this is very appealing. It stands out. It's a cartoonish illustration, and it also just makes the ad a lot lighter and funny. And then also just having the text within the belly is more of a pattern interrupt. As you're scrolling, you're like, what's the text like on his belly? And, it just makes somebody want to actually read the text. All right. Now this one right here, O positive, it says 4 months in and no longer self-conscious about my vaginal odor. All right. Now, this one is just giving a timetable for when to actually expect results. A lot of people's objections with supplements are when can they expect to see results. Also just touches quiet emotional pain points that people are having about, vaginal odor, and it just making them self-conscious, right? All right. Also highlighting vaginal odor, which basically normalizes it instead of hiding it. And then, just showing the days with the pills that just shows them what happens when you take them every day for 4 months. So here are all 7 patterns in one place. We had 1, the self-diagnosis hook. This one gives information and let them identify themselves. Number 2 was the outcome testimonial hook. So lead with the result as if it's already been achieved. Number 3, the hidden truth hook. Reveal the villain, creative knowledge gap, and make the click inevitable. Number 4, the direct audience call out. So this is naming exactly who it's for. So the specificity is the hook. 5 is a native format hook. Doesn't necessarily look like an ad, so we're letting the content do the work before the customer's guard is up. 6 is the timeline testimonial. This is already handling the objection before they ask. And then 7 is the blame removal hook, taking the guilt off of the reader, giving them some external villain and using humor to disarm them. Now these 7 patterns work across almost any vertical: supplements, apparel, beauty, home, wellness. So even if the product changes, the psychology doesn't. And your job is going to be to figure out which pattern your customer needs based on where they are in their awareness journey, and then from there you could just build your static around it. 7 ads, 7 patterns, 7 ways to stop the scroll and convert. If you want to go deeper on building a creative strategy for your brand specifically, then go ahead and join my free community called Creative Scale. I'm going to be sharing winning ad breakdowns, creative frameworks, and exactly what the top brands are doing every single week. So that link is going to be in the description below. And if you just want us to go ahead and build this for you, build your creative system, run your meta ads, then go ahead and click the link in the description and apply for Get Conversions. So hopefully we're fit to work together. If you like this video, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.